looky what I found hanging out on the shelf for $14.99. This is a crowd favorite, a little bit of a cult classic. We've never had it before, but we're going to try and let you know what we think.
Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh, and today we are doing a budget bourbon finds video on something we just found laying on the shelf in our local liquor store. These are our way of doing hunting videos. We're not much of bourbon hunters taking the camera into stores with us, but we have set a goal for ourselves this year to go out and find some budget bottles specifically to review, mainly because the prices on bourbon just keep going up and up and up. So we're kind of focusing in on some things that we can find that might be a little bit more budget conscious for those who are so inclined.
Yep.
Very old Barton 100 is a classic in a lot of people's eyes. People really love this stuff. We've actually never had it before, so let's get right into the nose, and we're just gonna smell and taste it, let you know what we think. We'll give it a little bit of a rating. You know, we're usually tasting blind, but we're gonna be pretty objective about this.
So you said this is very old Barton 100. It's 100 proof?
Yep.
I'm just guessing.
And it says very old Barton, but it does not have an age statement on it, so there's no telling how old it is. However, we could do a little sleuthing, and while you get into the nose, I will do some sleuthing, because if it's younger than 4 years, they have to put the date, the age on there, because it does say that it is straight bourbon whiskey. So that means it's at least 2 years old, but there is no age statement, so that actually means it's at least 4 years old.
Oh,
so
interesting.
That's all we know. That's all we know. That's labeling laws per what bourbon can be called. If you're going to call something straight bourbon, it has to have an age statement if it's under 4 years. If it's 4 years or older, you do not have to have an age statement on it. So unless I'm missing it on the bottle, which I don't think I am, we know this is at least 4 years old.
Sweet.
For $15.
Yeah, this smells like whiskey. Like nothing's off-putting. It smells a little woody, like a popsicle stick kind of, but not bad. So we'll see how it translates on the palate.
Yeah, and I think what's interesting about this on the nose is, to me, it does smell kind of bright, kind of young. I mean, I know what I'm drinking, so I'm not blind like we normally are, so we don't have that objectivity. I know I'm drinking Barton 1792 bourbon. I have all these preconceived notions in my head as to what that's going to bring with it. And I'm certainly getting a lot of that stuff here, but I'm kind of missing the cherry note that I normally get.
Well, you said I'm getting a lot of that stuff here. What is that stuff? As someone who doesn't know what 1792 Barton is supposed to bring, what is that? What is that stuff that you're getting?
So for me, predominantly, it's like kind of a banana pudding type of thing.
Interesting.
And a little bit of, when it's more aged or higher proof, it can be like a kind of I call it a banana split. And you get the cherry, you get the vanilla, you get a little bit of chocolate, you get the banana.
But you're missing the cherry on this one.
Yeah, this is a more simplified version of the Barton profile.
This is a banana split. Hold the cherries, please.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a banana with some vanilla ice cream on it. And that's kind of all I'm getting.
I mean, that's not bad. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Let's get on the palate.
It tastes a little sharp, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised by the mouthfeel.
It's very coating.
Yeah, like for $15, that's wild. I'm kind of taken aback a little bit.
And it's sweet on the end, the aftertaste. What's it called? The finish.
The finish, yeah.
The finish.
Yeah.
It's sweet on the finish.
Yeah, like I'm getting the sweetness. I'm getting that banana vanilla sweetness, almost like a Nilla wafers type of thing going on with it, or a banana pudding rather, I would say.
Yeah.
But the mouthfeel is quite surprising on this, at least on first sip. Maybe that's just the first sip. You can't trust that all the time.
Sip.
Let's go.
So I'm getting a little bit more of that popsicle stick thing that I got on the nose on the second sip, which for me, second sips usually tend to bring out the wood influence more. I taste that more. However, that being said, everything else holds true. It's slightly sharp, still coating, and then still sweet on the finish.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I mean, if I was criticizing it, I would say that it is slightly sharp. It has a slight ethanol edge to it. It's very faint.
I've had worse, but yeah.
And honestly, we did just open this. I mean, we poured it in the glass 5 minutes before we started recording to give it some air time.
Yeah.
But that's not a lot. And as this bottle gets more air in it, a lot of times in our experience, that can kind of make the whiskey settle down just a little bit, open up a little bit.
Like the alcoholness of it kind of tames down, like the ethanol.
Right. Yeah. It kind of rounds it out a little bit. In our experience, some people don't believe that that's a thing. We've done blind tastings with the first 2 ounces and the last 2 ounces of a bottle, And for us, it is a thing. We do definitely notice a small but significant difference in a bottle that has some air. I realize that's a little bit of an oxymoron.
Small but significant.
Is that
small but noticeable difference?
Yeah. Is that what that is, an oxymoron?
I think so.
Or is that me?
Yeah.
Am I an oxymoron?
That too.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I want to mention the spice on this. There is kind of a through line right down the middle of the tongue, front to back.
Oh, you're getting spice?
Yeah. I'm getting it's a little bit of like a peppery sensation.
Okay.
And Barton is known for having a higher rye content in their mash bill.
So are you saying that because you know what you're drinking?
No.
Because I'm not getting spice.
I actually had no intention of bringing it up.
Interesting.
Until I got it on both the first and the second sip.
Okay.
I got a little bit of spice right down the middle. It's not offensive at all. I find it to be quite pleasant, and I think it makes the pour a little bit more, I won't say three-dimensional necessarily, because I don't know that I could actually say that about this pour, but it makes it a little bit more interesting than it would be without the spice.
Yeah.
With that said, I would not buy this going into it thinking you're getting an easy sipper. But what I will say is that if I were you and you're thinking about getting a bottle of this, or you want to try the Barton 1792 flavor profile, I think I would buy this first.
Oh, okay.
And potentially water it down. Or
why? Because
the alternative entry point into Barton 1792 stuff is 1792 small batch, which costs twice as much as this.
Gotcha.
And it is a lower proof point. But what I was going to say is I would take a drink of water first so that you have some water in your mouth, and then that residual water will still be there. Then take a sip of this. You don't have to add the water directly to the glass necessarily. Gotcha. You can do it by drinking water and then taking a sip of this. And that alone could open it up a little bit and tame it down a little bit. So that's something to consider. Or just add water, or put it on ice, or do whatever you want, because it's your whiskey and you should drink it how you like drinking it. So I would try some things with it. But for $15, I mean, did that work?
Yeah, kind of tastes like sweet tea.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, do you have a rating on this at $15?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It gets a thumbs up. So for 2024, I'm going to reserve my 2 thumbs up this year. I felt like I got a little willy-nilly last year.
I feel like you're always pretty stingy with your 2 thumbs up.
You know what? I'm going to be even stingier.
Wow.
So it's getting a thumbs up, which means I like it. I want us to have some of this in our collection. So I don't have to have it, but I like it enough to be like, hey, Josh, can you go buy some? Because he does our whiskey shopping here. So thumbs up.
I'll give it a thumbs up too. I think it's a good bottle to have around. It can kind of introduce you to this flavor profile, as I've already mentioned. And for being such an inexpensive bottle, you do get influence from the oak. Yeah. You taste that.
I feel like you're not getting crap for paying low prices. I mean, to be honest, you feel like, okay, it's a $15 bottle of whiskey. It's got to be garbage. I don't think it's garbage at all. I think it's great. I want a bottle of it in our collection.
Yeah.
The end.
If you want to see this in some head-to-heads, let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see us put this up against. I mean, I'm thinking in my brain already Old Forester 100 proof, which is almost, I don't know, percentage-wise, maybe 35 or 40% more money than this. It's up to like around $25 in our market. I'm trying to think of other things that are like inexpensive. Maybe Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
Is that the white label?
Yeah,
that's good.
Which that's $17. This is $15. I think I like this more than that, personally speaking.
I actually want that to be in a head-to-head because I really like the Bottle and Bond, the Evan Williams. So I want to see what I pick blind.
Yeah, and I think early times is a natural thing to put this against as well. Maybe even 1792 small batch. Let us know in the comments below. While you're down there in the comments, you're not far from the like button. Hit that if you like this video. It helps us out a ton. Yeah. If you want to help yourself out a ton and you like this style of content, subscribe to the channel. It's what we do over here. These budget bourbon finds, like you said, are a recurring series we're going to do every month on the channel. So if you want to tune in for more of those, and most of all, get some blind tasting, honest and unbiased opinions, that's what we do the best over here. Yeah. What else? Yeah. You're down there in the video description. We've got a Patreon. You can join in over there. We got an amazing whiskey community.
We do. Best community, I say.
The best. We feel lucky to be a part of it. It's our community. We feel lucky to be a part of it. They're fantastic people. Everything is based out of Patreon. It connects over to Discord. We got people sharing samples, helping each other find bottles, talking whiskey all day long. We do bonus content, private live streams. We do all kinds of stuff over there. Release our barrel picks that way, tons of stuff. And we have a link to our merchandise down there in the video description below if you want some Stuff and Whiskey shirts, apparel, hats, various things, and more coming soon. Yeah, it's all down there.
We don't even know. It's a mystery what's there right now because we're in the middle of reorganizing it.
Yep. So, yeah, that's it.
That's it for today. Be good to each other, guys. And until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.